Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my Black Student Business Panel event in partnership with Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. My name is Sky Bennett, and I will be the moderator for this panel discussion. I created this event last year to shed light on the current students who have a great passion for starting a side business while also attending college. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to bring it back, especially since we won best event on campus last year as well. So first, we're going to start off with the main section of the panel. I'm gonna ask the panelists some questions that I curated for them, and then I will give you guys the opportunity to ask them some questions yourself. And also, I would like to give a shout out to the Kenya fundraising trip. If you would like to know more information about it or know somebody who's interested in donating, please see Celia. So, first, we're going to start off with you guys' name, major, year you're in, and what's your business. And anybody can start.
You can start.
Yeah.
All right, how y'all doing? My name's Anthony. My major is exercise science, and my business is content creating and cutting hair.
My name is Sarai. Sorry, y'all. My name is Sarai. My major is psych. My minor is business, and I'm a sophomore, and I make cold pressed juice.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kara Montgomery. I'm a senior, secondary education, English literature, and my business is Carousel Boutique. It's an online sustainable boutique.
So, my first question is for you guys. What made you want to start your own business while attending college?
Thank you. So, yeah, I started my company back in 2021 during the pandemic. Had some time on my hands. Can you repeat the question?
So the question is, what made you want to start a business while attending college?
Okay, so I didn't actually start my business in college. My business has been running for almost a year now, and before, I started this. When did I start this? 2022 or something like that. But it was like more like my lifestyle and not like a business. So it started off like something that I did for myself, and then people tried it, and then they enjoyed it, and then they just started paying me.
So same here with Sarai. My business was more like a hobby at first. It was cutting hair, and then I'll post on TikTok, Instagram. And then when I got to college, I kept doing it, made a little bit of money from it, each client, like 15, 20 bucks a cut. And then I turned it over to football, which is my passion, started putting that on Instagram, and that started blowing up. So, yeah.
My next question is, how do you balance growing your business while trying to focus on your studies?
I say, well, my mom always told me that school always came first before football, everything else. So school came first, so I'll do my homework, get that out of the way, and then I'll probably cut hair around like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And then I'll make content whenever I'm playing football. So that's really how I do it.
For me, it's a little different because I wasn't always a student. So I took like a crazy gap year before I came back to college. I'm a little older, like 24. So for me, it was like learning how to be a student while being a business owner, not being a business owner and a student. So now it's like, all right, I have to carve out the time to read what I need to read or study what I need to study, and then I can sell juice on the weekend, or like I can make juice in the beginning of the week and prepare that whole week. This way I have stock left over or whatever. But it's not easy, only because like training your mindset to go from an entrepreneur to now a student is like, it's hard. It's a hard transition, but it's doable.
I have to agree with Sarai 100%. I'm a little older too. I'm 29, and I had my son, so I took a little bit of a break from school and then came back to it. And I would say now, like, there's going to be some sleepless nights. There have been, especially, juggling school and being a mom and then, having my own business. But I definitely like to plan. So, like, I'll plan everything ahead of time. Like, I know if it's a photo shoot or something like that, it has to be on the weekend. I can't do it during the week now. So just planning ahead of time, having a vision. I try to, even if I'm on Pinterest randomly throughout the week, getting inspiration and things like that, I try not to do too much creativity things. I try to focus on just one thing at a time. So if it's school, it's school. If I got midterm tomorrow, I gotta make sure that I'm focusing on my midterms, like, things like that. So just taking it one step at a time.
My next question is, has there been anything college prepared you for when owning your own business? And if not college, what other resources helped you prepare for your own business?
I would just say college has definitely helped me to become a more well-rounded, well-versed person. So when it comes to the networking aspect, I feel like I'm really good with, communicating with people and, having different perspectives. And college has helped me with that. So.
I'll agree. I think coming to college has made me a little bit more sociable, whereas though, like, I'm no longer living in my own bubble, and I'm like not like, I don't know, just being able to make those connections and talk to different people who come from different backgrounds helps you to be a better business owner, because now, like, I'm interacting with people who could be my customers or people who are going to see me one day and be like, I remember you, and now you're here and stuff like that. So college is like definitely an experience to, add to your business.
So college helped me with my time management. That's a big thing for me. You're not able to make content all day. You can't cut hair. You got school, so it takes up a big part of my day. And then whenever I got time to do my content or cutting hair, that's all I got.
So what are some pros and cons of having your own business or brand that you think people don't often talk about?
I say a con is getting it started. So at first when I started doing my TikToks for football, it wasn't blowing up. Like, I would get like 50 some views, maybe 100 one video. And I'm like, bro, why am I not getting the views? Why am I not getting followers? But you just got to stay consistent. That's when I started hitting the 10K views, the 5K views, just stay with it. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine. What are some of the pros and cons of having your own business or brand, and that people don't often talk about?
So I don't think people really talk about the fact that, like, one is consistency, and two, like, you really gotta love like what you do. Like, you have to have a passion for, because it come with like sleepless nights and like no support. And it come with also being like, all right, am I made for this? Like, it really can make or break your character. So knowing if you really like enjoy doing what you do, or knowing that if you're really willing to put the time in, like he said, he went from 50 views to 11K views. Like, that's a big jump. And like, you could get caught up in like who's not supporting you, or who's not, or what results you feel like you're not seeing at the moment if you sit in it too much. So I feel like being able to decipher that, like, all right, this is what I'm made for, this is what I'm built for, and I'm willing to put the work in for it. Like, that's something that you had, like, your passion has to be there. So, and then like a con, I think that was a con, but a pro is also being like, the fact that you did it, and the fact that like, you could separate yourself from you could separate yourself from people when you start a business. Like, you start seeing that I need to be around like these type of people, or I need to like center myself in these type of areas, and it pushes you out of your comfort zone. So I think that's like a pro and a con. Did that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
It definitely made sense, and that's like, I would say a con for me is the social media aspect that you guys were talking about, just because you have to be vulnerable and you have to put that side of yourself on social media in different formats too, because we have Facebook, we have Instagram, YouTube, we have all these different places, TikTok now. So, you have to put yourself out there and be vulnerable and show your creativity. For me, as a designer, somebody who upcycles clothing, I might just have second thoughts about how some of the content came out, like, oh, is this even good enough to post? Like, and even being consistent in posting, and sometimes not being able to be present in the moment in what you're doing because you're worried about making content. But if you don't make the content, then nobody will know who you are. So just, I would say that the whole vulnerability that comes with social media and balancing your lifestyle is sort of a con, just because it can be overwhelming. But then a pro would be the networking part. That's my favorite part, just getting to know people. Coming to events and things like this is really important. It's really special to me because just that camaraderie and building a community beyond your brand is really something.
I would also like to say I met Cara at my last Black Student Business Panel event. So that's why it's really good to network and get yourself out there. And I always remembered her to bring her back for, here right now. So definitely agree with you. So my next question is, do you think that there are some hardships being the Black business owner or creator that goes through that non-people of color don't go through?
Absolutely. So I was doing some research on this because my mind literally went to the Black dollar and how the Black dollar only circulates 6 hours within the Black community. So just that part about the networking and making sure that we support each other is obviously is very important because I think it's like for 2024, I think it's supposed to be like 1.3 or 1.4 trillion dollars that we're supposed to be spending, but it won't last. It won't be put back into our own businesses. So it's just really important for us to uplift and support each other.
Yeah, no, girl, it's okay. It is okay.
I'm sorry.
Do you think that there are some hardships being a Black business owner or creator that they go through that non-people of color don't go through?
Yes. So I feel like being young also plays a factor into this question. Being young and being Black and having the resources is very, very hard to come by, like funding or like being able to say like, all right, this is what I need done, and I know the people to execute it, or having like mentors. I was talking to one of my mentors earlier, and I said that I didn't really get mentors until after I started my business. So starting out is like really, really, really hard. Like you think that you have the money or the funds, and then when you invest everything and you're left with nothing, now you need marketing. Now marketing costs money because it's like, I need somebody to record this video, but it's going to cost like $2,000. I don't have the $2,000, so now I gotta bust my behind to get this and I'm not saying that people that are not of color don't have are limited in resources, but from what my experience is as a Black young entrepreneur, I didn't grow up with a rich mom or a rich dad. I have a mom that helps my business. She helps the best way she can. So she'll get in the kitchen with me, but that's just all she knows, is she just knows how to put her hands to work. And the funding comes from me actually working my business. So I would say funding is a problem, knowing who to talk to and having those people to come and be like, this is what I could do for you. This is how I can help your business. That's a major, major, major lack that I feel especially when you're starting out from the ground up.
you repeat the question?
It's okay. It is okay. Do you think that there are some hardships being a Black business owner or creator that non-people of color don't go through?
I say there's definitely some hardships. One of my inspirations, his name is Destroying. He's a YouTuber, he's a kicker, and he just got the opportunity to kick for the XFL, another football league just like the NFL. When he first started out, he was doing YouTube in college, and at the time he wasn't able to get paid. So it was either he does YouTube or he doesn't play football, and he decided to do YouTube. Now he's making more money than most NFL players. He's making quarterback type money. And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to make that kind of money. So I feel like if he was any other ethnicity or race, however you would like to say it, I feel like the story would be different, but it's definitely some hardships in the Black community.
My next question is, who are some well-known Black business owners or creators that inspire you or that you admire?
Oh, so like I just said, Destroying. And then another one would be Route God. I basically get my content from him, not stealing. He's a receiver, I'm a quarterback. So it's basically me just vlogging about my time on the field. And then another one I'll probably say, not a creator, but my mom, she inspires me. She has a lot of different businesses, and she just helps me stay in that mental capacity of keep going, you know? And she just helps me stay on my feet. Anything I need, she'll get it for me. But like, I needed this mic to do the content stuff. She was like, I'm gonna buy you this mic, but you better use it. You know, you better stick with it. So yeah.
I would agree to that one. My mom is definitely somebody that inspires me. She's doing a robotics program, and it's like, well, nobody knows my mom, but that's like way out of her, like, she don't know nothing about robots. So the fact that she's starting a robotic program for 8th graders, I think that's like very, very, very different. Someone else that inspires me is this one lady, her name is Shay. She creates organic skin products. If anybody follows me on Instagram, I always like repost her stuff. And it just goes along with my brand too. Like I make organic cold pressed juices. She makes organic skincare. Like it's just one and the same. And then I don't know if anybody knows Tabitha Brown. She's like this influencer, but she started so late. Like she started in her like 40s, and now she's like in Target. She's like in markets all over. She won I think she won a Grammy or not a Grammy, one of those big awards or whatever. And she just inspires me too, because like everybody that I mentioned is Black and they're all women. So for me, like that's just like a really good strong suit for me being young and Black. Like I want to be like the women that I see myself, where I surround myself.
I have to agree. My family definitely inspired me. My brother, he's a creative, and he does music, but he also could be a stylist. Like I love the way that my brother dresses, and he also creates websites, and he's the one who created this website for me. And he's like, you know what, you should just name it Carousel. And then we came up with the slogan, "Where the karma's good, WEAR." Because basically what goes around comes around, and it's upcycling clothing. So I would say my brother is a big inspiration to me. And then also I'm really inspired by music. If you go on my Instagram, I'm always like putting music behind my pictures and the carousels that I have on there. I would say 90s R&B music, and just the whole 90s aesthetic has always stood out to me. And inspired me in what content that I do put out there. There's also another woman, she is from Texas. Her business is called Random and Chic, and she does something very similar to what I do. She upcycles clothing, and she also has a book that I bought when my website first came out. And she basically teaches you how to upcycle clothing and how you might style certain pieces. So.
That's really good. So why do you think it's important for people to invest and buy from Black-owned businesses and creators?
It's very important. I gotta like mention the Black dollar already and how it's important to support people that you know, and also I feel like it's really it's something satisfying about being in Philadelphia and saying, oh, I actually know this person who designed this T-shirt. It's kind of cool, and it's really important.
I think it's important because as we mature and as we grow into these entrepreneurs, I think creating and formulating a community of just Black businesses, that it has been done before. Like, I don't know if anyone has ever heard of Black Wall Street and how it got burned down and like all the people were murdered and stuff like that. Like, I think that our generation has something different that not many of the generations before have experienced. So recreating that and like really going back into our communities and building stuff from the ground up, leaving legacies is not as important these days, and I feel like it should be important. I feel like, making way for those that come after us and those that we're going to breed in the future. Like, after we start families, what are we leaving? Like, what is our legacy like, right? Like, I wrote about George Dayton in my business class, and he started Target, right? And it was 1902, and then it took like 60 years to actually formulate the actual Target, right? But that work that he put in is like, today it's like a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, I want to be able to say, like, I created a multi-billion-dollar company and people were able to like feed off of that and jump from that. Like, somebody else can open a juice bar. Like, it's room for everybody. But if we're not formulating these things and putting our foot on land as Black owners or Black entrepreneurs, like, what are we really leaving behind? So.
Can you say the question?
Yeah. Why do you think it's important for people to invest and buy in Black-owned businesses?
For start, like I said earlier, it's harder for a Black business to get off the ground. So it's just one Black business, Spiral. He was in the mall. He had his own little shop, and he was like, yo, I'm selling hoodies, yada, yada. And I was big into ski masks. I'll wear it when I'm playing football. So I'm like, all right, let me buy a ski mask. And I got some oils from him too. And now he's probably a big name in Philly right now. He got a clothing brand. It's just hard to start up. And I'm starting to see it now as a business owner, or starting to become a business owner. It's just hard to get that come up. So.
And my last question is, what advice do you have for Black students that want to start their own business or establish their own brand?
I say just do it, man. It's at first when you think about it, if you think too much, you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have those doubts, but just do it. My brother, he's starting his own clothing brand. He down himself right now, but we tell him all the time, just do it, just start, and I promise you it's gonna blow. Whatever you do, just keep your mind to it, and I promise you it's gonna work.
Yes, I would say, like, if not you, then who? Like, if you don't do it, then who else gonna do it? Like, you gonna wait around and, like, I don't know, I like nice stuff, and I support a lot of, like, brands. Like, I got a Louis Vuitton bracelet on, right? But, like, I could put that money into a Black-owned business or something like that. And I just feel like, I don't know, just start your, like, why not? Like, what's the worst thing that could happen is that it don't work out, and then you can move on to something else, or you could try something else. Like, this wasn't my first business. I used to do massage therapy. I used to do like insurance. Like, it's like, if you don't do it, then who's gonna do it? Like, you could sit around and wait for other people to put your money into, but why not just invest in yourself and just make yourself your own boss?
I agree 100%. And you also just have to be consistent. Like, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. You have to be consistent. When I first started my company, I got a lot of information from YouTube, a lot of advice from other people who started their own brand, their own clothing line. Just getting my LLC and my license to sell clothing was a start. And there's a lot of other details and a lot of other information that you can get. Google can be your best friend. I'm here, I'm a student here, and you can always come to me and ask me if you see me, if you have a question about a detail or something that you might be a little bit confused about within the process, because it's definitely a process getting your brand started.
So thank you guys. You guys can also shout out your Instagrams, social media handles in case anybody in the audience want to follow y'all. And then we're gonna get into Q&A. So y'all can start off with y'all.
Okay, so on TikTok, Instagram, you can follow me at shop, SHOP, Carousel, CARASELL. And my website is shopcarousel.com. Girl.
You can follow me on Instagram at sapsjuice. It's SAPS. S as in Sam, A as in Apple, P as in pie. S as in Sam Juice on Instagram. And I got business cards so that y'all could like take my business cards and stay updated with me. That's it.
So I don't got no business card yet, but my Instagram is exclusivant, is XCLUSVE_ANT, and that's the same for my TikTok. And then on YouTube, it is, it is capital A, capital N, capital T, 3, then dot.
Okay. So now we're gonna go over to the audience. Does anybody have a question for the panelists?
Hello. My question for you guys is, what is 3 things that you love about your business, and what is 1 thing that you wish you could work on? It's okay, it's okay. What is 2 things that you love about your business, and what is 1 thing that you want to work on?
2 things that I love about my business is that it started out as a lifestyle. So I don't do what I do to get money. Like, this is something that I incorporate in my everyday life. Like, and people love it. And so it's just like, okay, you make a capital off of it. But at the same time, this is, whether people support me or not, this is something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. That's one. The second thing is that I've seen it grow from 0 people to now, like, it's not a lot to y'all, but like, I got 250 followers on Instagram. Like, that's, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that is something that I love. And that was only in less than a year. Like, July, it'll be a year for me. And like, I'm really handling business behind like closed doors. Like, I'm SafeServe certified. Like, I'm working on getting grants and stuff like that for my business. So it's like, I'm really putting the work in. Something that I think I can improve on is, I don't know, it's a lot. Like, I can't just tell you one thing, because if I tell you one thing, I tell you another thing. Like, I was just telling one of my friends earlier, like, I want to make a garden or have a garden so that I'm producing my own produce to sell. Like, it's so much that I want to do. So yeah, I can't just, we can talk about it later.
Well, one thing I love very much is when I have a vision in my mind and I'm able to like make it come to life, and it's like exactly perfect, spot on, exactly what I wanted. Because I'll have a lot of photo shoots and things like that, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, okay, what do I want to do with this? Like, I'm not sure what I'm going to make. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. I'm not sure how my hair is. And then when I get a vision and I'm able to accomplish that to the T, that's one thing that I really love. I also love working with other photographers. You get to just meet a lot of different people with, they have their own eye and their own way of seeing things and their own way of capturing things. And it's an art to it, and that's something that I really enjoy. One thing I want to improve on, I would say, is just the social media aspect of it. I have not posted anything to my TikTok. Okay, guys? So don't unfollow me if you go there and you don't see any posts. It's something that I'm working on. I have a lot of content. It's just, putting it together and and posting it.
So 2 things that I love, right? The first thing is it's my passion. So I love playing football. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is it's my own business. I can do it whenever I want. I can do it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I can do it 3 o'clock in the evening. It's mine. I can do it whenever I want. And one thing that I one thing that I'm working on, I say, is trying to expand my content. So not really get out of the football world, but add on. So like putting stuff like me going to the mall, vlogging, stuff like that. Yeah.
Does anybody
Answer the
else have any other questions?
Only any recent pitfall that you've experienced?
Okay, so I guess I could use this as a pivotal point as a business owner. So a current pitfall that I'm experiencing is not having an actual juicer in my hand right now. Like, I'm not able to produce anything that I need to do for my business because my juicer broke. And then after my juicer broke, I had to put out $1,400 to buy another juicer. And then that juicer came, and then that juicer broke, and then I had to send it back, and I'm still waiting on, but this is what I mean by like sleepless nights, or like days you're not making no money. Like, are you still gonna be in it for the long haul? Like, are you still gonna really wanna be a business owner? So like, that's my current pitfall right now. And I'm like, I think the thing that I've been like really holding on to is the fact that like, I believe in it. Like, it's my lifestyle. I believe in it. It's gonna work out. People support me. I get text messages every day like, we need you. Like, where you at? The streets need, somebody just texted me today, was like, the streets need you. Like, and I'm just like, that's like little motivation. But while I'm not producing, I'm still producing behind closed doors. Like I said, I'm making sure that I legitimize everything, or it's all a process. Like, before I could really jump off and go to the moon, I'm going to the moon regardless. But I just feel like during those days where you're not able to physically do anything, it's really about your love for it. Do you really love this? Are you really willing to continue even if you're not seeing no results right now? So pitfalls.
So my pitfall right now is probably technology. I'm recording off my phone right now, which is great. I love my phone, but you see all the top YouTubers with the 4K quality, it's just one thing that it's a dream. So I'm working a side job right now, trying to save up to get a nice camera for better quality, just technology in general.
You're preaching to the choir, both of you, because so my sewing machine recently broke. Today broke. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how to fix this thing on TikTok, looking at all the YouTube videos, just trying to fix my sewing machine. That's my bread and butter. So I know, right? So I'm pretty sure it's a brother, if anybody is nice with a machine. But yeah, I would say if it's not one thing, it's always going to be another. So just staying persistent, consistent, just showing up, right? Those things are important. So.
Question for Sarai. What's your favorite flavor of your juice? I get this question all the time, but I love all my juices. It's not a juice that you're gonna get on my menu that you can ask me and I'm gonna say I don't like it. But more recently, I started making carrot juice, and then I started making kiwi juice. I can't really give you all the ingredients. You feel me? You never give away your sauce. And a lot of people be trying to get my sauce from me because they be trying to make my juices and they can't get them to perfection. Somebody literally called me last week. It was I can't get my juice to taste like yours. And I was like, that's unfortunate. You're never gonna be able to do that. So you can't you really can't duplicate what God put his hands on. So so my more recent flavors are this kiwi juice that I make and carrot and pineapple. I'll give y'all that. Just a little bit. I'll give you a little something. I ain't gonna give you the full recipe, but I will definitely, if I'm able to, I want to be able to provide samples for the whole school. At least 200,
Yeah.
at least 200 people.
Yeah,
like, you know, like
some
my
of it.
professors
Just
first.
some of it. Yeah.
Girl, no, but yeah. So those are my favorite flavors right now. So yeah.
Okay.
It was a request. Okay.
Oh, we have a question over here.
So I think it's amazing, like, the three of you have taken a risk and went out there and put yourself out there. So I commend all three of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Whatever help and support you need, let me know because I'm here to help you. I want to try your products and I want to see your products too. Because I think that ultimately for all of our business students and our students in general, the fact that what you have accomplished thus far and the hurdles you've experienced, I think everybody can learn from, right? You're not going to have a perfect path going forward. You're always going to have these bumps in the road, like your sewing machine or your juicer going. I'm just curious, just even in general, what type of sewing machine? What's your juicer that you use? Do you use a champion juicer? You know, like all of that. And then the contact creator, how do you go about driving literally people to click? And there's tons of students in my class that want to know that formula of how to drive people to your sites.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want to be e-commerce businesses. So I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you more. And I know I have to do with my class.
Yes.
So I want to experience that and learn from you as well.
Yay. That's exciting.
Thank you. I think that's it for all the questions. So first off, I would like to thank everyone who
Lars
came
has a
out.
question.
Oh, you have a question? Oh.
Not necessarily a question. Is this your mom here?
Yes, it's my mother.
So the point that I wanted her to drive, which is why I asked the question, because as entrepreneurs, a lot of times you want to feel like you're going at it alone. Like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to get this done. And you forget two things. You forget your support system, and you also forget the people who can support you, you don't even know. So she told you about the juicer thing, she said it wasn't working, she said the only means of communication was through email. And as we all know, sending email takes a while for things to get back. And so at some point I said, hey, just call them. I can't find the number. Simple Google search, found the number.
I was stressing.
And then she's actually working in my office, and her mother's on the phone going ham on customer service. It's like, your support system matters, your people
Yeah.
matters. Like, the funny thing about that is at the same time you have your mom right on the phone with them, my mother or myself is calling my home warranty company to make sure that my car, your support system.
We love supportive moms.
So, the support system will in many different ways.
Yeah.
Utilize them. You won't know who they are until you just ask the question or say, I'm having an issue, I don't know how to figure this out. And the people who know will come to your rescue and help you out.
For sure. For sure. I definitely will agree with that too. And like us being business owners and like having businesses, like our friends matter too. Because like through all of this, like I had Lars, and like Lars was a mentor that came out of nowhere. Like I'm pretty sure he's there for a lot of people. Like he just come out of nowhere. You just like, oh dang, I really needed him. But like having friends, having friends who believe in your business too, like I really think that matters. Like all my friends believe in my business. Like everybody that like I'm cool with has tried my juice, and like I've given it to them for free because like I said, it's a lifestyle. Like it's not even like I don't need you to pay me to do something that I love. Like you get what I'm saying? So having those people around you to be like, oh no, don't give up. Or just a simple like, you got it. Like just chill. Like it's gonna work out. Like, you know, just I think that matters too. That's just something for us. It wasn't really for y'all. Sorry. It's for us.
It's okay. I think that's it for all the questions now. I would like to thank you to everyone who came out in support of also Black History Month and the Black students who came here to discuss their businesses. And I also like to thank you for DEI to help in support of my event. I would like to give a round of applause to recognize these students for their hard work and determination. So say thank you to all the panelists up here for being a part of this eye-opening discussion and sharing your insight of what it's like to be a Black student while having your own business. And thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you, Sky.